So my name is Bob Summerwill. I'm a community leader on the Ethereum project. Previously worked at the foundation, worked at Consensus, helped to set up the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, and I'm now the community ambassador at Sweetbridge, and I'm also an advisor for a startup called Varo Technologies in Canada.
All right, so you sound like really busy guys,
Yes.
a lot of things. So
Yes.
What's kind of the most exciting thing like for you now with what you're doing?
Right. Well, I mean, my Sweetbridge is my my primary my primary job, and I mean that to me is one of the most exciting projects that there is in blockchain. So really seeking to bring all of the world's supply chains onto blockchain. So that's 2/3 of the world's economy, touching 3 billion people. Basically, all physical stuff in the world, tokenizing, tracking that around. So, I kind of, it was one of those things that I couldn't resist.
Okay.
I was, what I was doing already was very, interesting and satisfying, but I couldn't not do it. And it's much the same as what happened with me with Ethereum in the first place. Is I just have to go and help.
All right. Yeah, cool. So maybe what's your take on like the consortium networks versus the public blockchains? Like it's absolutely like a different animal. It's like one is more into corporations, closed thing. So what do you think? What would be the future? For
Well, I mean, I think I think the story there really is, if you think about when databases got created, right? Here we've got relational databases now. You don't have to build every application custom. Put your company's data in a database. But you didn't go, here's the world database, right? And we're going to put everything in there. Have you got some data? What? Let me add some rows for you, right? That's never going to work. You're never going to have a monolithic fits-all solution. So, and that's going to be the same on blockchain. You're going to have public chains, multiple public chains. You're going to have private chains. You're going to have consortium chains. You're going to have, child chains. You're going to have side chains. You're going to have, interchain solutions. You're going to have off-chain stuff. You need all of these things together. Because ultimately, they're just tools. These are, there's no silver bullet here. It's just here it's a new category of stuff has come to life, and it lets you do things that you couldn't do before. But it isn't the right solution for everything. Like blockchains, I think I was seeing it's like 100 million times more expensive to do something on chain than not. And it's like, well, you'd never do it then. Well, no, but there are some things that does make sense for. But not everything, So I think in a standard computer sciencey kind of way, how do you solve a complex problem? Well, you decompose it, and you're going to have multiple of these things, and they're going to tie together. And blockchains are not the answer to everything. It's just another tool.
Yeah, that's correct. So we are currently working closely with Piper Miriam on Ethereum Alarm Clock. So it's basically an ability to schedule the transactions on the Ethereum blockchain. So
it's got a long history, hasn't it?
It does have a long history. So Piper was a original creator.
Yeah.
I think it was done like 2015.
Yep.
So we're now working on the protocol. So how do you envision how this could change the ecosystem? Because that's something that was really missing from the beginning and seemed to be like a basic thing that most of the people actually ask, can I schedule a transaction?
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts on that?
Well, I think that's fantastically useful. Blockchains in isolation, well, they've only got visibility onto what they have inside, So yeah, the basic model that you have with smart contracts is here's a transaction and things can get triggered off that.
Yes.
But someone has to be sitting and poking it. So if there's no poking going on, then nothing's going to happen. So alarm clock is a great way of doing that. And I guess it's got some analogies with oracles again. Kind of well, hey, you need to sort of have a bit of how do you get out? How do you touch things on the outside?
Exactly.
But the other way around, right? Because
yeah, totally agree. I mean, it's like two fundamental things that are missing, like so the outside data, how to reach it in a secure way, which oracles are dealing with, and the scheduling.
Yeah.
So you mentioned the SweetBridge, and can you think of any possible use case for the scheduling for the Ethereum alarm clock in your project?
Well, I think not specifically, because we're going to have dedicated servers that are basically doing that kind of thing, right?
Okay.
So I'd say alarm clock would probably be more of a service for like DApp authors that are wanting to build a thing and sort of push it out into the world. Where on the SweetBridge side, you've got more of a sort of company around it, and an alliance, and you've got that that sort of infrastructure going. But certainly on public chain, I'm a DApp author. I've built a thing, and I really want the thing to sort of live on its own. I mean, another part to that we haven't got to yet, that was part of the original Web3 vision, is like, well, with Swarm, sort of the idea that, you can store files as well, so that you can kind of have apps that are sort of hosted up as well, because smart contracts are a part of part of a DApp ecosystem, but there's a lot more bits that are still finding their form.
Yeah, that would be really interesting, because nowadays we're talking about the smart contracts or dApps. They're not like fully decentralized. They based on like regular HTTP servers. Is it like Amazon, Azure, whatever? They can just turn it off. So I'm totally into that. So on top of that, you will probably need as well some communication thing like Whisper.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that.
People have thought about this.
Yeah.
Like 4 years ago, and we're
It's
like and I think 2018 is going to be a really critical kind of year, where it's like let's just like get to feature complete, not finish it off per se, but really go, look, here was the original vision. We'd like everyone's bought on it now. You're not having to sell it to a doubting public.
Exactly.
It's really going. Are you guys done yet? Like, can you like solve scaling? Can you can we do that thing that you were talking about back there? Because I think that's a really good idea. So yeah, and all of these parts play into that vision.
Hey, thank you, Bob. It's like awesome interview. Hey, thank you for your time.
No problem.
Thanks.
Good to meet you. Thank you.
Nice.